Talk to me about finding music with your dad, because it wasn't right away, right?
No, it was like the love for it, I think, was always there, because how do you not have love for something like that, your father's that passionate about, or it has such a big part of your life. And we grew up around it, both my brother and I, Peter, and but I didn't start getting into it on my own, until, I don't know, I was 14 or 15 probably. I was kind of strayed away from it and was into sports and hockey.
But was it like a rebellion? Like, was there ever a point where you were just tired of it, it's dad's garbage?
I don't think I was tired of it, but does make me wonder, that kind of thing, you naturally stay away from it because you're so used to it, right? Mm-hmm. And in this case, the family business is music, so could have been if he was a lawyer and I didn't want to get into law or something like that. But I eventually found my way into it naturally, and picked up the guitar and started teaching myself how to play the guitar. And my dad never forced music onto us, but
right.
It was obviously crazy encouraging once we started to want to do it for more than just a hobby.
Right. Yeah. So when was that transition pretty quick for you?
I always had this subconscious, I think, or maybe misplaced, confidence that it was going to happen eventually. I was just
really?
Eventually I'm going to fall into music somehow. It's predetermined. It's going to happen for as early as 15.
Even while you were walking away from it?
Yeah, as early as 14, 15, 16. I was yeah, it's probably what I'm going to do. It's my backup plan.
That's hilarious. It's funny because you don't often hear people talk about it like that. It was just kind of it was casually yeah, all right.
And it wasn't I wasn't thinking like that because I could do it. It just, I don't know, I just had this feeling about it. I can't describe it. And then when I turned 16, 17 and started taking it seriously, I'm okay, now I know how, or what I have to do anyway.
Right.
And seeing my dad do it for so many years, I'm got to go full speed at this. And that's probably around the age when I started writing songs every day. I'd written a bunch of songs before that, but I was writing them every single day.
Yeah.
And trying to sing every single day somewhere, even if it wasn't getting paid for it. And,
was that just a thing you had to do, or was that a direction in your mind?
Yeah, and that's the roadmap to me, just because I've seen him do it for so long, right? So
I know guys that just have to play.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to get to a place where I'm only doing music for a living, and that's my thing. And I've seen my dad do it for so long, and I watched him do it. And I was okay, well, he plays 5 nights a week, and he's got this many songs and this many albums, and he's always writing. And he's always got the guitar in his hands, or he's always singing. So I'm that's the roadmap. I need to do that. I need to play as many different places as I can for as long as I can, And then just kind of started, and that was it.
Did you ever feel, because I almost get the feeling just because of the house you grew up in, to give you a little background. So I come from a place where art was not even part of the day-to-day, right?
Yeah.
So to get into a world that was immersed in art, I had to learn even just what any of that was, right? Just even what all the stuff that you said, I know this roadmap. Mm-hmm. All of that was a mystery to me. It was just, to me, you go to the mall, you get discovered, and you become a star kind of thing, right? That's how entertainment works. Do you think it's hard to sort of answer because you're outside? You can't answer outside of the perspective. But do you think having your dad sort of have that in front of you made it easier, or do you think that sort of predetermined you?
It's definitely given me. I'm always so inspired and intrigued by people who don't have any art in their family, and then they become this crazy good musician or writer or painter or that, right? And they literally have to pull it from a different place that isn't their family or their relative, and it's not predetermined because it's not their dad wasn't doing it, or I always think that's incredible. for me, I think it definitely is not a negative. I think it's a positive to have, you know, the end of my life. And it wasn't like a predetermined thing, like, oh, I'm going to have to do this. It's just kind of like a known thing. Like I want to do this. I'm going to, and I know that I feel like I can because my dad's